Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Look, I'm super pumped you're here because today we are tackling a frustration that I know literally almost all of us have dealt with at some point. We live in this incredible world where you can stream a 4K movie to a device in your pocket in seconds, collaborate with a team across the globe in real time, and spin up a whole online business over a single weekend. But when it comes time to actually pay for the tools that make all this happen, suddenly it feels like you've been transported straight back to 1995. We're trying to navigate modern digital finance with these outdated, completely clunky tools.
I mean, it's just an incredibly infuriating question, right? Why do I need to upload my ID just to pay for a tool? You're just trying to buy a quick software subscription or set up a web server, and out of nowhere, you're being asked to dig up your passport, take a perfectly lit, glare-free photo of it, and hand over your most sensitive government information to some random payment gateway. It creates this massive, totally unnecessary wall of friction between you and what you just need to get done.
And oh man, then there's this absolute nightmare. If you're a freelancer, a digital marketer, or really just buying stuff online, you already know the pure panic this causes. You're running a crucial ad campaign, everything is perfectly optimized, and out of nowhere, bam! Your bank blocks the payment to Meta or Google because their outdated algorithm flagged a totally routine cross-border transaction. Your ads go down, you lose all your momentum, and then you have to spend an hour on hold listening to elevator music just to prove to bank customer service that it was actually you spending your own money.
Which really just brings us to the ultimate question. Why does everything take so long? I mean, we are living in 2026. The digital world moves literally at the speed of light, yet we are constantly forced to drag along this heavy, physical banking architecture. It is a fundamental disconnect. Our money is digital, but the rules governing it, they were written for a time of paper ledgers and teller windows.
So let's dive right into this. Section 1, the physical banking trap. Basically, the clash between old architecture and our modern needs.
You see, traditional banks are fundamentally built on physicality. They want you in their branches, they absolutely love signing physical paperwork, and they literally make you wait days, sometimes weeks, for a piece of plastic to show up in your mailbox. For them, online payments are just a secondary feature bolted onto a 20th century system. But platforms like CardUpNow, they are fast, digital, and instant. Digital agility isn't just an afterthought for them, it's the entire focus, because it was built natively for the internet.
All right, moving on to Section 2, dropping the gatekeepers. This is all about getting access to your money without all that frustrating red tape.
Because this is the massive brick wall you hit when you walk into the traditional system. To get a simple card just to make an online purchase, you've got to pass credit checks. You have to provide local address verification, which totally locks out digital nomads, by the way. You have to endure invasive KYC or Know Your Customer document uploads. Sometimes they even demand an in-person interview. It is slow, it is exhausting, and honestly, it is just bureaucratic gatekeeping designed to make you prove you are worthy of simply spending your own cash online.
But the source material we're looking at today outlines a completely different philosophy for CardUpNow. No KYC, no bank needed, instant access. You don't need to upload private government documents or sit around waiting days for a background check. You actually don't even need a bank account to get started with them. It's accessibility without the stress. They clearly believe that instant virtual card issuance should be a right, not some special privilege reserved only for those with a perfect traditional financial history.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Section 3, control reduces risk. We're basically redefining financial security here.
Think about how wild the old model actually is when you really break it down. Traditional bank security relies on one physical card. Every single time you type those 16 digits into a website, you are exposing your entire primary bank balance to potential fraud. And if something does go wrong, the fraud response is agonizingly slow. Contrast that with CardUpNow security. Disposable virtual cards. You can freeze or delete them instantly. It's essentially a single-use shield. If a merchant gets hacked, no big deal, you just delete the card. Your main balance was never exposed in the first place.
Now, what's really interesting is the technology making all of this possible. It's called tokenization. When you use CardUpNow, your actual account details are completely masked. The merchant only ever sees a random token. Add in their PCI DSS compliance, which is a strict global standard for data protection and 3D secure authentication for high-value transactions, and your real financial information remains totally invisible to the outside world.
And this tech actually gives the power back to you through really granular spending controls. We're talking about spinning up a unique, multi-use or single-use virtual card for literally everything in your life. Want one strictly for Netflix? Done. A separate one just for your Meta ads? Easy.
Custom cards for different SaaS tools? You got it. By setting exact limits on each card, you completely prevent that annoying subscription creep. No merchant can auto-renew or overcharge you a single penny more than you authorized. You are in total control.
Which brings us to the financial drain of it all. Section 4, exposing hidden bank fees and looking at the true cost of global payments.
When we compare the fees side by side, the whole mystery is just totally stripped away. With the traditional bank, international payments get hit with an issuer markup of like 1.5 to 2% right off the bat. Then they bury a 3 to 5% currency conversion fee deep inside the exchange rate where you can't even see it. And if you're sending money globally, correspondent banks route it through intermediaries, snatching $25 to $50 in lifting fees every single time. CardUpNow just completely removes this legacy administrative bloat. They operate on a transparent, utility-based model using modern payment rails. Basically, it means a lot less friction and way lower costs for freelancers and global shoppers.
All right, so what's the grand conclusion here? Let's get into Section 5, the verdict. Storing money versus moving money.
To be super clear, the source material isn't telling us to go out and burn our traditional bank accounts today. Not at all. It's suggesting we bifurcate or split up our financial lives. Banks absolutely still have a role. They are excellent for saving money, securing long-term loans, and acting as a secure, long-term financial storage vault. But they really fail at the last mile of digital transactions. That is where CardUpNow takes over. It is unequivocally positioned as the best tool for your everyday online payments, managing subscriptions, running digital ads, and handling cross-border spending. You don't replace your bank. You just bypass it for your everyday digital life.
And that really brings us to this defining quote from the material. Banks store money, CardUpNow moves money. It just perfectly captures this entire paradigm shift. Think about it. You wouldn't drag a highly secure 10-ton steel vaults to the grocery store with you, right? No way. CardUpNow is positioned as the agile, super fast, and secure tool built specifically for the internet economy. And speed is for sure their absolute biggest competitive advantage. The process is almost unbelievably fast. Step 1, visit CardUpNow.com. Step 2, skip all the paperwork. Remember, no initial KYC required. Step 3, instantly launch your virtual card. And Step 4, make your secure online purchase. You can go from landing on their homepage to executing a secure, private, global transaction in minutes. No driving to branches, no waiting on the mail, no nonsense. So I want to leave you with this final, completely provocative thought from the source material. Why settle for the limitations of the past when your money can be as fast and flexible as you are? We've upgraded literally every other part of our digital lives. It is definitely time to upgrade how we pay. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and hey, if you want to explore this approach for yourself, you can go ahead and visit CardUpNow.com to learn more.